Hi there, folks. Welcome to part 3 of the Merfolk Gladiator. My name is Ic0n, and I'm gonna guide you through all the slaughter and mayhem Dungeon Crawl has to offer. And I'm happy you rejoined. It's a very fun run so far. I can't believe I'm still alive. If you watched part 2, you know why. If you watched part 1, you know why too. And right now, I'm sitting before the decision of going into the Orcish mines, which is a bit brave, since I don't have any extra magic resistance, yet still I feel like I'm able to do so. And for now I'm training some shields, since I want to be able to wield it. And I'm training 5 skills right now, which is a bit too much for my taste. I'm gonna focus shields, but I'm gonna stop training that many skills as soon as the Manual of Necromancy wears off, which I luckily found down there. And yeah, that's time to bring up a better shield here. Drop this buckler and head down to the mines. I've gotta be taking this very carefully here, since I don't want to mess up with the Orcish wizard somehow. That could happen, and I don't want to let it happen. But I think as long as I'm careful, I can manage with all kinds of situations down here. So let's get going, I'd say. I really want to go into Orcish mines, mainly because there's a lot of good stuff waiting here, and a lot of shops. And actually there's already a lot of shops in level 1, something I'm certainly grateful for. And a pair of embroidered boots, but Kawaru decided to give us some nice boots on his own. And chances are these boots could be a bit better. They could be running or something like that. But right now I want to save up my gold. And maybe, yeah, I'm gonna go back and mark these after this slaughter here of a few Null that can't really defend themselves. But it's okay. They try to kill me every time when I'm not ready to deal with them, so it's kind of fair. Alright, let's mark these embroidered boots. Maybe I'm gonna go back there at some point, grab them up, since these boots might be +3, but that's actually the best thing I can say about these. Alright, they give some intelligence. Don't want to be mean to them, but okay, that's the kind of situation I want to be careful with. Alright, let's poke him. And yeah, as long as I'm able to take them down quickly, everything should be okay. There we go. And there's a knight. Let's check how we can deal with the knight. He didn't get in a single hit, but that's something I kinda expected. My evasion rating dropped to 20 now. That's mainly because of the encumbrance of the new shield and the ringmail I'm wearing, and I ran into a teleport trap. Now I'm stuck here in a side pocket of the mines. It's a bit uncomfortable, I gotta say. But let's go into D2, Orc 2, and slowly clear. Gonna get down the priest first, and the rest of these are pretty easy to kill. There we go. And I'm gonna proceed with utmost caution here. These sources can easily paralyze me and bring me to an end, but as long as I'm careful with that, I think I'm totally fine clearing out this area. There's a lot of money down here, that's one thing, and there's a lot of shops down here, that's the other thing. That's the reasons why I wanted to go down here, because I feel like I can really use some power-ups and some upgrades. It looks like this is the stairs I was looking for, and look at this damage. That's one rock that hit me. One rock. Gonna take a step forward, because I would survive another rock. I wouldn't die from that instantly. That's why I took a step forward, got him into Ice Blast range, and finished the job. The reflection amulet, though, did most of the job for me. Very nice. Okay. But that's the thing about evasion builds. You get smacked hard when you get smacked, but most of the time you don't get smacked. Got it? Alright. I'm really happy I have this amulet of reflection around. Okay, so there's a potion of resistance, a scroll of enchant weapon, But apart from that, I don't want any of these. And right now I'm trying to not buy stuff I'm not too sure I absolutely need it. Because potions of resistance I'm carrying around 2 more if needed. And yeah, there's not much reasoning here to stockpile these and not being able to buy an epic item one shot later. That's why I'm delaying a bit what to buy and slowly, carefully clearing through Orc 2. And since I killed 1 Orc High Priest with such ease, I feel like as long as I take it slowly, this area is doable. Alright, so this looks like the biggest Orc wall, so I try to avoid it. Let's run over there first, and let's cut the corner. And don't get close to this area. Right now I want to clear out the rest first, before I start fighting there. That's gonna be a brutal fight, and maybe I'm gonna delay it, I don't know yet. There's a potion shop, let's see what they've got. Curings, haste, heal wounds, might. I didn't IT Berserk Rage yet, interesting. I'm not gonna buy it though. Ambrosia, gonna mark a few of these I think I want to pick up later. Let's even mark that mute. It's always nice to have a list of potions available at some point in the game. Maybe I'll burn through all of my potions later on, and then I can see, yeah, there's a lot of potions there and all too. Very good to know. This marking option is very useful. You just put up an uppercase letter for every item you want to mark, and then you can bring it up with the $, and then you can see which items you have marked and easily navigate towards there with very, very low investments of attention. Sorry for the speech break here. This Orc Wizard spooked me a bit, and now since his bodies are gone, I could go for some ranged stuff, but I could also just walk towards this corner and let him come. Let him say hi to my trident. A lot of people said hi to this trident before. Alright. So let's have a check. There's one unused upstairs. I'm gonna bring this first. There's another sorcerer. And we're gonna keep training intelligence here, because I feel like that's the most useful thing. I really want to be able to cast spells. And let's have a look at our skills. Necromancy is still going up, but overall my skills progress very slowly since I try to train 5 things at a time. That's not ideal, but for now, if I didn't have this manual of necromancy, I wouldn't have done that. But I think I'm okay for now with that until the necromancy book is worked through. Alright, good thing is this upstairs right next to the door here. It's very good, so if anything too spooky comes up, I can just flee upstairs and come back later. Alright, there's gonna be some high priests at the end of the hall, I guess. That's how this works. And no, I was wrong, there's Saint Roca. So let's bring up all manners of defensive measures. I wanna check, Saint Roca can't see invisible, so let's just turn this and slaughter these dudes. I think that's okay. Alright, so the sorcerer can see invis. Let's step around this corner and just smack him with 1 hit. Alright. Gotta be careful though. Saint Roca is one of those enemies you don't want to take lightly. There's a high priest, which I didn't take down in 1 shot. And my invis and my god skills went down, and I don't think I want to pursue this further. I took some damage. Let's get upstairs and take this fight. Again, let's say. I've killed a lot of dudes here. I even killed the High Priest. So let's bring up the God skills and check this dude. Great Mace of Holy Wrath. Well, in the last game that would have been trouble, but for now, I guess I'm okay. And I'm actually not that okay. Let's bring heal wounds and use one of those might potions. I thought I could manage without it, but yeah. Turns out I was a bit wrong here, so... Oh, Kavaru, thank you. I need some gloves. That's a pair of gloves of strength. Well, thank you. I just want to say thank you. I've got some ancient armor scroll. I'm gonna read this. Bring my armor class to a better point here. It's certainly useful. And proceed. I think the worst part is done here. I was right. 2 shops here. But the weapon shop doesn't offer anything too interesting, but I didn't expect that. I already had so much luck with weaponry here. It turns out the armor shop doesn't provide anything too useful either, but that's okay. We did Arkish Mines. Apart from the fight with St. Roka, everything was pretty easy down here. And St. Roka fight would have been very easy too if I decided to bring up the might immediately, which would have been the smarter choice here actually. I think that was a bit too brave from me here. We have Uruk trying to pelt me down here. And let's have a look at this equipment. That's an Evening Star of Holy Wrath. I think I should be fine, yet still I want to bring up my Okabaru skills just to be safe. I mean, I killed St. Roka there. Chances are I'm gonna kill the other dudes too. Another one, Clouds, but actually don't want to bring 2 of these right now. My inventory slots are already limited enough. And, well, okay, let's exchange these. I want to have Flame instead of Clouds. And we've got our first one, Digging. Ain't that nice? I'm gonna ID that immediately, because that's one of the most useful utility wands left in the game. Version 020 got rid of a lot of utility wands. There are no more wands of hasting, heal wounds, or teleportation. I'm certainly kind of happy they went away, because I feel like these items bring too much comfort, are bringing too much ease, and since heal wound wands are rechargeable, it's basically a better potion of heal wounds. Because the effect of a wand of heal wounds would increase with raising evocation skill. Prove me wrong here if I got that wrong, but as far as I remember it works like that. And yeah, so basically these utility wands were bad for potions, in fact, because they were the better potions, rechargeable and everything. A fan of Gales that could prove useful at some point, because that will shove away enemies and I think summon some air elementals. Or does it? I know it did back a few versions ago of that, but I'm not sure if it still does. Alright, somehow I picked up one of disintegration. That's something I don't want to have actually. I don't want to rely on something that unreliable as a wand of disintegration here. And yeah, we're out of inventory slots here, and it's something I actually want to avoid. So what we're gonna drop here, I guess I'm gonna use a scroll of ancient armor here. Wasted a bit on this helmet as soon as better helmet shows up, but well, it's 1 AC now. I think I should be okay with that. Another potion of brilliance. That's again all my inventory slots gone. So what I'm gonna do here, I don't like having no inventory slots left, so I'm gonna get rid of the 3rd one of Ice Blast here. I feel like I don't need 3 of them. 2 should suffice. Crystal Ball of Energy. These are certainly useful if you're into evocations in the spellcaster, but not for me. Resist Poison Ring, but luckily you already got one. I'm really looking forward to some option of resistance to magic, because I feel like that's one of the few things I'm missing. And you did hear that from me before. Alright, a hornet. Am I resistant to poison? No. I want to be resistant to poison. Now, let's do this. And reach. Because I really want to bring down the hornet as soon as possible, because it can't paralyze. Paralysis is certainly really spooky. And there's some Tengu warrior. First Rakshasa. On D13, it's really early for Rakshasa showing up. But I took some damage, but apart from that, nothing bad happened. Alright, a new ring. Maybe that's my magic resistance ring, but no. No. Alright, let's put up this poison resistance ring as a permanent option here for now. There's a book of necromancy. That's interesting. So from this book, I want to have the regeneration for sure, because that's one easy spell and I already have a lot of necromancy trained. And apart from that, animate skeleton sounds pretty nice, because that's one powerful spell with low investments. Yeah, let's memorize that. I really feel comfortable with that. But apart from that, I don't want to have any more of these. Animate that would be nice, but I don't feel like going for animate that. So there's animate skeleton on the level F. I'm gonna adjust that to A and have this on my macro here. I'm gonna explain macroing spells when I go for some video about spellcasters. Right now, you can macro spells. You can do it. That should be enough for now. I'm gonna explain that on another video. This would lead too far here. Basically, a macro lets you put up a chain of actions with just one button. It's a certainly useful thing to make your game experience a bit more comfortable. But that's about it. Alright, we found the entrance to the vaults here, and I really feel like I want to bring up the Okabaru blessings here, because that's certainly one big fight here. So let's chunk through this and see how this will go. Ugly thing hurt me a lot, and I feel like, well, I think I can win this. There's somehow a queen bee. Don't understand why there's a queen bee actually, but I don't mind. Let there be queen bee without any killer bees around. Alright. There's my first Cyclops, but I already dealt with the stone giants, so I'm not too afraid of that dude. Cyclops are basically weaker stone giants. Okay, D14. I gotta check. Manual of Necromancy is still not gone. We're still into training this, and it's actually done not too bad. I'm gonna drop evocations for now and bring this down to 4 skills. I really don't feel too well with training that many skills at once, because if you train too many skills at once, no skill gets forward too properly. And there's Sonya, and Sonya stops moving. One of the best ways to deal with Sonya is really just to paralyze her and then smack her away, because Sonya has a very horrible magic resistance. And if you've trained some evocations, this fight is pretty easy. If you're not, Sonya is a very terrible enemy. Armed with Kurare blowgun and the distortion brand weapon, that certainly can bring a lot of pain to you, and even banishings into the abyss. And that's stuff you don't want to see happen. Alright, my pack is full. Who expected that? I'm gonna drop this wand of clouds for now, because I feel like one wand of clouds is enough. First, Deep Elf Mage. Let's see how this will go. It turns out to be a slaughter. Alright. Doesn't come too unexpected though. Alright, next Deep Elf Mage. Lightning still hurts a lot for me because I have no source of resistance to electricity, and that's one of the reasonings why I went for Okabaru this game. because I really wanted to have some more equipment available here for this character. So I feel like I can drop these potions of magic. I mean, they are certainly useful, but I really need some inventory slots. And I'm a little of rage, no thank you. I got this on my weapon. Alright. Wand of Lightning. Do I actually want to have this? Somehow I do. Somehow I do. And let's drop this extra Wand of Ice Blast. I feel like I have enough wands in my repertoire here. I really want to have another Wand of Acid here. And this turns out to be a nasty vault. So let's proceed with caution. I think I'm gonna put up at least the heroism to have some more evasion points going on. And let's aggro some of these and step behind that corner and start slaughtering. Hopefully everything will turn out fine. I've killed some invisible enemy, and there's my first Ic0n. These dudes are really able to chunk you down horribly hard. My first wizard. Did I already notice some spells from him? It's a lot of chances of doing very, very terrible things to me. So I want to try if I can paralyze him. Not too well. But I really killed this dude so quickly. Yet still he had 2 chances to banish me. Nothing I should take too lightly here. But I didn't even get to know if he had the chance to banish me. So, Ogre Mage, that's something I've got to be careful about. But luckily, the Ogre Mage decided to be the last dude in the line here. And that means he can't paralyze me before I killed everybody else. And that's pretty okay. Steaming Longbow. More two-handed options I'm not going to use. And let's have a look at this Ic0n. First smack got me, but apart from that, I just annihilated him. Like I expected it. Alright, let's get down to D15. Kill this shapeshifter. Let this poor Cyclops kill himself. I'm okay with that. And there we go. Chances are I'm gonna drop this sling at some point, because I really feel like I have a lot of ranged options hanging around with these wands. And while we're at it, let's identify this lightning wand. It's better to have them identified to avoid the marked, to avoid wasting charges. It's my only scroll potion of cancellation, and I really want to have these available when I need them. What I'm gonna do is dig here and just hopefully get to this staircase while this whole army starts punching me. Let's go into heroism. I don't want to get smacked here to death. I really took a lot of damage out of this, but everything turned out fine. I'm not gonna go for this staircase again. It's way too dangerous. Let's go for another. But due to the marking, everything on this floor is getting bonkers trying to kill me now. And there's another scroll of ancient weapon. The demon blade is slowly getting there. And at some point I'm really thinking that this demon blade might be actually a better choice than the trident here. Because, well, pain is nice and everything, but electrocution works against almost everything. At some point you gotta admit. Alright, I'm taking a lot of damage here. There's a vortex of electrocution on one of these baddies. That's why. Alright. Turns out I'm pretty stealthy without training any stealth. Well, it's only 2 pips. It's not too much. It's still, a lot of these dudes don't notice me. I mean, I can't live with that. It's totally okay for me. Alright, 7-headed Hydra. I don't think I need any god skills anymore to kill these. Turns out I was right. Salamander just walking past me. And an opal ring. It's a ring of ice. Alright, I don't need that. since I already have a ring of resistance to cold. Oh, but I didn't want to drop that ID through. Alright, let's turn off some of these jewelry options here. I don't want to pick up all this stuff anymore. Alright, some of these ones too. It's very useful to turn the auto pickup on these off, because that can get pretty obnoxious. Alright. Looks like we're pretty close to going towards our first room. And it's gonna be either swamp or snake pit. And I think I'm gonna prefer the swamp over the snake pit for now. Because swamp features also a lot of water. And water is something I can actually utilize pretty well. And that's the thought process behind this. And I finally got rid of the manual of necromancy, so I can drop these skills for now. And I think I'm gonna go into charms. I really want to have regeneration usable. Right now it's only at 19%, that's really not good enough. So let's bring up some charms. Alright, there we go. This is just some tabbing party right now. Nothing of these can get too dangerous to me. I really gotta be careful though about a few baddies down here. Namely the mangrove and the foreign hunters. But apart from that, I should be really okay down here. I really should be okay here. Chances are I'm gonna bail out about level 4 here. If it's featuring the Leonine Hydra. That would be a reason to take that later, because the 27-headed Hydra is certainly one of the things that can get pretty dangerous to a melee, to evasion build. Alright, I really need to bring up my Okubaro skills here. That's double mangrove, and I don't think I want to fight this like that. It's a terrible situation. The Spring Rider can stab me as much as he wants to. Those mangroves will summon some hornets at some point. So I'm just gonna retreat a bit, fall back, heal up. I got myself into a very sticky situation and I don't want to let that get more dangerous than it already is. Alright. I think I should be able to deal with these mangroves pretty well. But with the chance of hornets spawning around me, I certainly found this situation too spooky. And speaking of spooky situations, there's a lot of piled up slime creatures here, but we're chunking. Alright. Gonna eat some of these royal jelly, because as soon as I'm done with these, I can get rid of them. Alright, so let's adjust this regeneration to B. And I'm actually already able to use it very well. Okay, so let's take down this mangrove. The second one is closing in and it rooted me. That's not cool. These roots only slow you. It's certainly uncomfortable if you're trying to escape from something like these slime creatures. And combined with the mangrove, I didn't want to fight like that. Even though I think I might have won. Let's not risk a safe game here. Because I feel like this is one of the best setups I've got since a while to win a game, actually. Apart from some magic resistance issues, this character already has pretty much everything he needs to finish the late game. That's pretty impressive, actually. It certainly makes me happy. Biggest issues will be picking up the third rune for this character. As for every character, the third rune is the hardest, in my opinion. So let's proceed here. Luckily we're just sitting at our first 2 runes. These aren't too hard if you're careful enough. Some alligators, but no threat from these. Alright. Second scroll of summoning, that certainly makes me feel a lot safer. That's 2 uses of the spell Shadow Creatures whenever I wanted to. And regeneration is slowly getting there. I could use the animate skeleton a bit more, I think. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, I can't animate those worms, obviously. Spineless creatures. Alright. With Control E, you can adjust your moving speed to the slowest ally. And that's certainly useful if you're into summonings, because this way you will always be moving equally fast to your summons. And there's a firstborn hunter. I don't want to fight it like that. I want to step around this corner. I actually want to put up the hero. I don't think I need finesse. Yeah, I was right. Although, it was a bit optimistic to not go for finesse here, actually. Would have been a lot safer to go for finesse. Just auto-exploring the rest of the floor here. And then we're going to Swamp Chew. Okay, so far, victims of Swamp 1 were 1 potion of 1 scroll of blinking, and that's about it. Alright, let's put up these Okawaru skills. I'm getting swarmed. I really want to get rid of these quickly. Because the finesse is very useful when you get swarmed, due to the immense increase of attack speed it provides. A bunch of rendered gloves. It's +0, but it's a very, very good assortment of resistances. Let's get rid of these gloves of strength. Bit less armor class, but apart from that, these gloves provide me electricity resistance, more fire resistance, MR, and stealth. Getting slowly really stealthy without any stealth skill, and I somehow think about leveling some stealth actually. And regeneration is getting there. Alright, very well. Still feel like I tend to forget using some animate skeleton a bit too much, because that's certainly one of the best level 1 spells in the game. And I actually feel like this game features a few too many very powerful level 1 spells, in my opinion. I mean, somehow that's cool, but somehow it feels a bit wonky if level 1 spells provide that much utility. So let's bring up some dudes here. The skeleton has no place to rise. Alright, I can't raise these dudes if their corpses are in deep water. Okay. That's a point where I noticed that I didn't play necromancers too much. But this little skeleton does some chunking for me. But the most important thing about these skeletons, they provide distraction, and that's really important. That's really, really important. I didn't want animate that, because with animate that you will always use the whole corpse. You won't get chunks anymore from that. Now that's actually something which annoys me a bit. Come on, let's die on land. I've just learned that I can't resurrect you dudes properly if you're dying in the water. So, okay, Swampborn can't be, Hornet can't be neither. Okay, doesn't come too unexpected. It seemed like hornets can only be animated as zombies, but we're not into zombies. Let's put up a brigand skeleton here. And let's stab in a manner that I can let my allies attack, and look at this. My own private army forming behind me. Very, very nice. And with the speed adjustment, I always am close to my allies here, which is certainly useful. Because it's pretty useless if you're summoning all this stuff and always running quicker than they are. Then these summons are not as useful as they could be. Somehow this Merfolk wants to check out every little pool of water with the all exploring, but it's okay. Let him have some fun. Oh, there's another swamp worm. Bit of meat on the way. Am I done now? Yeah, alright. Let's get into Swamp 3 here. Seriously? I get stopped every single time my boots melt into my body. That's obnoxious. Alright. Didn't know that this water interaction breaks your auto walk. Okay, let's bring up this body skeleton. I really want to be spamming these skeletons as hard as I can. Although, I feel like, yeah, regeneration is the spot where I needed it. And for now I'm going to bring up some spell casting because every little spell costs me that much hunger. And I don't want to get that much hungry from my spell casting. I mean, I'm carrying around a lot of perma food here. But, well, it's a perfectionism, I'd say. Okay, so there's a bunch of dudes here. But considering I'm resistant to electricity now, this reduces the threat of these insubstantial wisps like a lot. Because if they can't do electricity damage to you, there's not much left for them. Alright, that's a funny area. Haven't ran into that before. But nothing too useful appears. And one thing about leveling spellcasting though is that I'm getting more spell ranks, and right now I really need some more spell ranks. I really want to try to get Lightning Spire and Mana Viper up pretty soon, because that will round up my skill set, and then I'm going to be pretty well rounded here. The only thing I'm missing would be Passage of Galubria, but chances are that'll show up too. There's a Hydra skeleton. These are really strong. These are really strong skeleton allies. Alright. Keep auto-exploring down here. There's a Lamp of Fire. Do I want to have that? Do I have space for that? Actually, I can't pass out on these. They're too useful. In some situations, these things are so damn useful. Maybe for vaults it will prove useful too. Alright. Quick clearing through the swamp here, because I don't see too much threat here as long as no mangroves or thorn hunters show up. These dudes down here are pretty much victims to my trident here. Alright. Feeling very hungry. Well, that's at least some reason to chunk down few of these royal jellies, and auto-exploring is very obnoxious as a Merfolk, as you can see, as long as there's water around. Alright, that's Swamp 4, and that's the point where we're gonna be more careful. Mangrove showing up. Somehow this dude takes a terrible time to die. Okay, and I totally forget about the usage of water here a bit. Yeah, let's magic map if I can, but no, I can't. Sadly. Really like to have some magic mapping around here, but, well, sometimes you have, sometimes you don't. That's pretty much it. Pair of boots, which we don't need at all. And there's a thorn hunter. Alright, let's go to hero here. That's certainly a lot of damage from one enemy here. Look at that. How hard this dude chunked me. I should have put up my regen here. And chances are we're gonna face the Lernian Hydra here. Although, no, I'm actually not too sure, since I'm seeing some orange demon here. It's certainly interesting. Let's put up a Spriggan here, and somehow I feel like I want to bring down this shaman as quick as possible. But apart from that, I think it's time to retreat. I really want to bring down this might buff crocodile, because that certainly does a tremendous amount of damage. You can't outrun alligators too well, actually, because their having the ability to put up sprint. That's basically the monster version of swiftness or haste. I think it's the monster version of haste. And yeah, they can just chase you down pretty good. So we got away from that situation. I'm not too fond of clearing this final vault before I got rid of most of these dudes here around. Alright, let's bring down this Spriggan Shaman first before he can cast some nasty spells. Let's see if we can animate something. Nope. Only a few dudes being... Only this Spriggan Skeleton is reanimatable. Which is not the best minion, but well, it's okay. I still like you, Spriggan Skeleton. Don't worry. Ic0n still loves you. Alright. So Swamp ain't the best area to utilize Animate Skeleton to its full extent, but for the final vault this might come in very handy. And apparently this level features a lot of Spriggan Druids. There's something invisible here. Let's turn down the Spriggan Druid. Alright, there we go. And that's one really obnoxious element about these Spriggan Druids. They might everything the moment they die. At least every animal around, as far as I remember, it's working like that. All animals get... I could have reached. All animals get enraged when the Spriggan Druid dies, which is certainly a bit obnoxious, but we manage here. Taking a lot of advantage here out of the deep water, because in deep water these dudes have a hard time chasing me here. So, and apart from that, I have evasion 29 in deep water, which is pretty insane. So let's get back into the water. And these Swamp Dragon Skeletons certainly do some job here. But yeah, they're gone again. So. Always trying to avoid right now the southern area of this map. I want to clear out as much as possible to have some safety to teleport on this level. That's very important, because there's still the chance that something terrible might happen here. Not too sure what's in there. Alright, but so far only some bog bodies hanging around. And we're at spellcasting 4.2. Animate Skeleton is is hunger free now. That's certainly some progress here. Let's hammer in a few royal jellies. There's a green death. And he's certainly just standing there, waiting to get jumped. Alright, let's chunk him. Green deaths are really dangerous enemies if you're lacking poison resistance, and even with poison resistance they're not harmless. And it looks like this is some demon-themed ending, which I don't know yet. I mean, you certainly run into a lot of endings along the way during your crawl time, but not everything. Alright. So, want to be in water while fighting these, and I'm absolutely focusing down the demon, since that's the biggest threat here. And there's a death ooze. Alright, I knew there would be some really nasty stuff hanging around here. And I put up a Hydra skeleton, that should help me a bit here. Sadly, I wasn't able to resurrect the dragon there, because I killed it in deep water where I can't resurrect it. And we're slowly chunking through these. I'm very happy I got my skeletons blocking a few of these enemies. And well, the combination of a polearm and animate skeleton is really powerful, since you're able to stand behind your allies and just chunk away while your allies do the tanking. Alright, cut down the death ooze. Let's see what lurks in here. Okay, another swamp dragon. That's an ally for us. Swamp dragons are really useful, guys, because if you lack poison resistance down here, you just need to survive until you killed your first swamp dragon, and then you can just use his scales. Well, not necessarily the first one. If you're unlucky, it takes a few dragons, but if you have some potions of curing with you, you can just walk through this, kill a few swamp dragons, and sooner or later you will have the scales to put up your poison resistance. And there we go, first rune. First rune for this game. Very, very good. And apart from grabbing our first rune, I also want to say this felt really successful. Way more successful than the last one. Okawaru, what were you thinking? I mean, -5? Where did you hide this? And why are you giving this to me? Give this to some people you don't like. Oh well. He tried. He just tried to be nice. Alright, we're done here. Let's head out of here. No reason to hang around here much longer. And I think the next stop was gonna be the snake pit, since I feel like I'm able to do so. I have double fire resist, I have resistance from electricity against the shock serpents, I have resistance from poison, and yeah, that's pretty much everything you want to have for the snake pit, so it's pretty good. Should be okay. Gotta be careful with the teleporting Maharaja though. That's, in my opinion, one of the biggest threats down there. But we're not gonna enter the snake pit for this episode, because I'm calling this an episode for now. We got some dungeon clearing down to 15 done. We got the first rune. That's enough to take a break. And again, I want to say thank you for your time. Thanks for your attention. I really enjoy making these videos, but I really enjoy much more you guys watching this, seeing you find this interesting, you want to see these plays. That really is nice to see. So leave some comment, leave some thumbs. I really love to see feedback from you guys. And until then, we're gonna see each other in the next episode. Take care, enjoy your time, and see you guys soon. Bye bye.